Good morning, everyone. There we go. We're on. Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Hi, Gabrielle. How you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just I've got a different microphone. You can't really see it. I've pinned it down here. So I'm just checking that I've selected the right one. I can't hear you though, Gabrielle.
Oh, let me see. Am I on mute? No? Can you hear me now?
Hang on a sec.
I
Okay,
don't think
my sound is on. Good morning, everybody, or good evening. Morning. I don't know where everyone is, but it's 9:02 here. Can someone who's got their microphone on just talk to me for a second so I can see?
Hello, Sally.
We'll all be shouting at you now.
I can't hear anything. What's happening?
I could hear you, Gabrielle.
Oh, no. And I can hear you, Leslie, and Suzanne.
Okay, hang on. Speakers. Okay, if someone could just say something else.
Hello.
Perfect. Right, I can hear you. You can hear me. Stage one complete. We're all good. We can hear each other. Thanks, Leslie. Right, let me see how many people we've got. I know it's very early. It's a Friday. It's great. It's a Friday. Not so great. It's early, but it's fine. We're here together. We're going to have fun. There's loads of stuff to go through because we haven't had a members live since, I think, was it June, July? So there's loads of new stuff today. And it would just be nice to have a catch up. Let me just have a look in the chat. There we go. Right, we've got the chat on the right hand side. Now this is saying recording. Let me just double check.
This is my first one of these. I'm actually quite excited.
Me too.
No, I can't see where the sound is coming from because my screen's like 50 people, but I can't even see who said it. Who was it? No? Jessica, it's your first one?
Yeah, so I've been a member obviously since January, whenever it was, but I've not been able to get on. I've had a baby and baby surgery in the meantime, so I've not been able to get onto a live. I just happened to be available, and Leslie put me a WhatsApp message because we met at the retreat.
Yeah.
And we just kept contact as a group, and she put on, is anyone joining? And I was like, I'm in Ari, and I thought, oh, I'll see what the internet's like, and actually to come on and be able to take part is.
I'm so glad that you're able to be here. And are you in the car right now?
Yeah, it's a bit blurred, but I am sat in the car park.
Well, congratulations on having a baby. Yeah, congratulations, and thanks for making the effort to join us from the school run and the car and all the rest of it. So what we're going to do today is I've just checked and we are recording. So hello everyone, hello members in the future. If you are watching this at some point, today is Friday the 11th of October. So this is going up on YouTube, only accessible to members to watch back. You guys can play it back if you want to, or if anyone can't meet it. No, it's too early. Can't be here to meet with us. There we go. Right. So what I'm going to do is, just so that we don't have loads of people sort of talking at the same time. We've got multiple screens. Hi, everyone. If you want to put yourself on camera, feel free to do so. Equally, I know lots of people, you might be eating breakfast, you might not feel like being on camera. That's also totally fine. So generally, I mean, it's not, we haven't got hundreds and hundreds of people. Sometimes it can be pretty difficult if everyone sort of starts talking at the same time and we sort of have to manage it. But actually, I think we'll be fine. So we've got our chat down at the bottom, which looks like a little speech bubble, and I can see we've got 4 comments in there already. Let me just move that over to the side. So any questions, links, anything else, please pop it into the chat. This is being recorded, like I say, for YouTube, but it won't be going anywhere else. It's unlisted, only available to members. So this is supposed to be our Australian, New Zealand area accessible Zoom. We've done 3 of these over the year. And the feedback, when we did 3 last year, I can't remember how many we did, and it was always at sort of 7 p.m. or midday. It was always around us. So the feedback was that we should spread those out across different time zones. So members would be able to, of course, watch all of the lives back at any point. But equally, everyone's got one to suit them. So I think the last one I did at about 11 p.m, one I did at 7 p.m, and our 9 a.m. is suited to Australia. So is there anyone in Australia or New Zealand or Tasmania or anywhere around there? And if you are,
Hi.
hi Gabrielle, Charlotte. What time is it where you are?
It's 10 past 7.
Not too bad. Oh, similar to for Gabrielle. And whereabouts are you exactly?
I'm in Victoria, near Melbourne.
Oh, nice.
And I'm in New South Wales on the coast, south of Sydney.
Nice.
And I am in Brisbane and it's 6 p.m.
Oh, good. I'm glad that it's not really late. I mean, Molly did pick the times accordingly, and she had up on the screen every time zone. And there's a website where it gives you a green smiley face, a red sad face, or a neutral. If you try and pick a time that sort of suits everyone, that's not, 3 a.m. So I'm glad it's not too late. And where is everybody else from? I know, obviously, we've got lots of UK people. Is there anyone anywhere else? Have we got any of our American friends on, or Canadians? You can leave a note in the chat and you can shout out. Maybe not. What time would it be? No, it's the middle of the night, isn't it? That's why, because it's probably about 2 a.m. That's why, Sally, focus.
Someone just posted from America. It's 1 a.m.
Oh, wow.
They're in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Oh, yes. There we are, Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Did you stay up especially for this? Oh, we've got lots of lovely tree emojis. May, I do work overnight shifts, so it's weird that I'm here. Well, I'm glad that you guys can be here. And Lynn set an alarm. Right, Lynn, I'm going to focus then in that case, and I make this really valuable for you so that you can go to sleep and you feel like it's all worthwhile. What I would like to do is, if you have any questions at all, please pop them in the chat. We've got a nice number of people on today, so I should be able to get through absolutely everything. I will answer all of your questions. You can ask about cross stitch, upcoming launches, membership, retreat, business, the team, social media, anything you want to ask me. And while we do that, I'm going to do 2 things. One is try and stitch something I've never done before, but I'm going to show you. And I'm also going to give you some sneak peeks at things coming up soon. All sound good? Give me a thumbs up or a wave or any emoji or symbol you like. Okay, so what I decided to do is I had a lovely few days at my friend's parents' house in Devon this summer, and it was very unexpected and very generous, and it was lovely. Anyway, I got back and I've now started to, I never really used to make a lot of cross stitch for gifts necessarily. I didn't think, I would never really adapt things too much and do it as a gift. But recently, I've now just started to think I'm going to combine cross stitch with everything. So there's 2 things that I'm doing. One is, I thought for her parents, when I was in the house, there was loads of sort of coastal art and, wooden things and boats and all this sort of artwork and crafts and bits and bobs. The one thing there wasn't was a personalized house portrait cross stitch, which I just think everybody needs. So I thought, is this weird, or is this going to be a really lovely gift if I design their house in cross stitch, then stitch it and give it to them? So it's a bit of a work in progress. I picked these threads. Don't judge me on this because I did this very quickly. So I literally got a cone and just cut it off. So these are my colors. And the good thing I think about stuff like this is that you can literally just, it's all very abstract. You can make it up as you go along. So I've just picked these colors sort of for the house, a few pot plants that I remember from outside. I have got a picture, the sky, it's very gray and beige. I'll show you when it's finished. Anyway, this is where I'm up to so far. Not a lot of progress. I've got my witch, and this fabric, I can't remember if this was from last year's advent calendar. I can't remember, but it's a really, really pale green. I mean, it looks like white on here, but it's a really pale green. And so far, this is just the middle of the house. So this silver pillar is in the middle, and the house is really awkward because it's an L shape. So actually, to do that in cross stitch, it's not something you can do sort of flat. I'm having to do a perspective. But it's quite nice because I really, really simplified down the house. I'm doing all sort of pillars first, and then I'm just going to build it in, do the roof. And then my favorite bit is adding pot plants and flowers and details on the front door and stuff like that. So hopefully that's a nice gift. And I've also started doing like funny quotes or people's sayings. So I met someone recently who has a podcast, and they always have this same saying that they say every time. And they also record it for YouTube, and I thought it'd be really funny if I cross-stitched their phrase and then sent it in as a gift, and they can then put it on the wall. So it's twofold. One, it's a nice gift to say thanks, but also hopefully they'll show it off to everyone and say, look at this cool thing. Okay, let's have a look in the chat. Let me expand this a little bit. It is absolutely freezing here. I hope everyone in Australia, New Zealand appreciates your lovely weather. I did have autumn and winter, or your summer. I basically was in Australia from about October to May yeah, I lived in Sydney.
Really?
Yeah, I lived opposite the train station in the
Do you
CBD.
remember which suburb?
Hang on, I can find out. I used to work at Norman Waterhouse Lawyers, which is in the big shopping complex. So you've got and there's like a food court downstairs, like loads of little restaurants, and then
MLC Centre?
Pardon?
MLC Centre?
It might be. It's not far from the harbour. Well, it was about a 10-minute walk. You know, where the massive boats go over to Manly. It was near there, and it was in this really high rise. The apartment was in this massive high rise building. It was near, there was a massive train station, and then opposite there was a massive shopping centre where they had a huge Christmas tree, like massive, and a really grand entrance.
Yes, in Martin Place. Yes.
And I'll find out the exact name. I mean, I do this, and I'm gonna have to go on like Google Maps, because these are the days, 2007, or 2006 even, where I didn't have an iPhone. You didn't take a million pictures. You don't really screenshot information. There wasn't notes. Not the way now. I could look at anything from a year ago and type it in, and my phone would just tell me. But we had the classic Christmas Day barbecue on Bondi, and New Year's Eve at Mrs. Macquarie's chair.
Oh, wow.
Queued up since about 11 a.m. and then sat there in our little position. And I actually got on TV because they were doing a segment of people that weren't from Australia, or the British that were there. And then I got on and I was like, Happy New Year, family. And I think it was on like a breakfast TV show here. And they were like, what's she doing? Like, what's going on? But I remember it being lovely and warm and delightful. And as you can see from my Christmassy jumper, I'm freezing. Right. Rhiannon is listening. That's great. Thanks, Rhiannon. Don't tell the boss. Laura, are you on the gin? I'm not actually, but I might be later. I'm on water, and then this is not as exciting as it looks. It's not fuel. It is basically a smoothie with berries, but this is the only container I could have. And it's probably terrible to do that, but I kind of will have a smoothie and not just drink it. I'll kind of have it over the course of about 2 hours, which I think is really bad. Right, okay, let's get to the questions. Are there any advent calendars left? I don't think so, I'm afraid. Maria Rosa, I'm so sorry. We basically have a set amount, and when they're gone, they're gone. But we put them on sale in January of each year. So there's basically about 7 or 8 months of the year to get an advent calendar. There might be 1 or 2, I don't know. So they are being shipped out on a weekly basis in huge batches. And there might be 1 or 2 left, but we're not going to know until literally our system is like every single order has been fulfilled. Sometimes the production factory where the outer cases are made, there might be sort of 2 extra ones that they've sent us, or they've miscalculated, or we might have like 5 of one product left over, or different things, because pretty much every one of the 24 items comes from a different place. So sometimes we might have 1, 2, 3 left over. Every advent calendar will be shipped really soon, as in the final batch. So we probably should know in the next 2 weeks. The best bet is if you email support@caterpillarcrossstitch.com, they'll be able to let you know basically as and when. But officially, no, they all sold out about a month or 6 weeks ago, I think, maybe 2 months. So another good idea is if you sign up for the email newsletter list, which I will put in the description of this when it's on YouTube. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. Do you know, I'm not going to mess with Zoom because I don't want to mess anything up. But if you go to the website, right at the bottom of the website, you can sign up for the email newsletter, and you will get multiple emails before it's launched, and then over the course of sort of the 6 months of next year. So we will launch next year's advent calendar, which I've already designed. And I'm very excited about the design. It's quite different from this year, actually. The outer casing and the surprise scene and everything else. I've gone a little bit different, but that's all already done. And that will launch around the end of January. That will be, it's normally on a Friday in January because it's normally near my birthday. It'll probably be about the 24th of Jan, something around there, but you'll get warning emails beforehand. Don't worry, Laura, I will not spoil any advent calendar. Lovely surprises here, don't worry. Look. Love Peaks, same. Is that Forest Peaks, or Peaks as in a sneak peek? Gabrielle, oh, she's typing.
Sneak peeks.
Sneak peeks, love a sneak peek. I mean, I think people can probably guess some of the things that are in the advent box, but I haven't. Oh, Gabrielle is holding something up there, but
I think they were last year's. Or they were the year before. I can't remember.
I can't remember. I feel like we did red. Was red the year before?
Oh, maybe.
I really can't.
Yeah.
Do you know what the problem is?
The mustard ones were last year.
Red was last year, or the
mustard ones,
the mustard
the ones
was
you
last
just
year.
held up. Yeah.
The problem is that I basically do all of my part, which is the outer casing, the boxes, the design, the cross stitch project, the colours and all the rest of it, kind of in autumn, winter. And then the rest of the year, everyone else is making things up, and then I'm planning the next year. So by the time actually people open these on the 1st of December, I'm like I was looking at it yesterday because we did a big photo shoot, and I was going, oh my God, I love that. I forgot about these items. I was like, oh, that's so cute. Me and Molly were like, we've almost completely forgotten all the different things. Mate, sub kits arrived. Can I ask, what are people doing with the extra sparkly red? I can't decide which one to replace for the cutest outcome. And then Mandy Ross, I don't know either. Nice to see when people post their progress pictures. So with this one, we have got box 21, Believe in Magic. Now, I thought that what you could do is replace, or you could even maybe stitch on top or do it in addition to the gold that comes around, because it's kind of like a sparkle that's coming around. There's lots of possibilities. I would probably substitute some of the palest gold for the sparkly gold. and then you could almost see what that looks like and then add it in like sort of glitter and develop it from there. I loved Wandering Peaks. Here we go. Can't wait for the next ones. Can you say when they will be out? Can I ask for them for Christmas? Yes, you can. So this is Forest Peaks, and these have never been seen. In fact, no one's seen this other than members, and these have never been seen side by side. And I also have Coastal Peaks, which is the next one. So Forest Peaks, hang on, let me consult my, how do I get rid of this? Oh, hang on. Right, I'm still, oh, you cannot minimize it when you are recording. Hang on. I cannot minimize, but I can access this. Forest Peaks, 25th of October. 25th of October. So you've got these sort of eagles, birds in the sky. You've got a little hut here in the woods. This kind of path with bricks, lots of flowers. And then I've chosen these colours really carefully so that it's a nice blend. You've got the light catching it. I thought it was quite cool to do a mix of sort of the pink and the dark teal, colours that you wouldn't normally find. I kind of shy away from pale blue, pale green, and it's all a bit samey. I thought this is really going to stand out. And I love the clouds just peeking out behind there. And then these would look great as a set, to have those together. Or you could just switch them out depending on the seasons, or different people can have different ones. So yeah, coastal is very much sort of seaside holiday, that kind of thing. And then Forest Peaks is our lovely, that's 25th of October. That comes out as a kit and a PDF. Let's have a look. Coastal Peaks won't be out until next year. Come down. What is the phrase? The phrase, Leslie, that I am well, I haven't actually started yet because I need to finish this house, is interesting quotes and facts of the week, which sounds very boring, but it's just a funny segment on this podcast where it's a bit of a joke, and they have a jingle and they say it's really embarrassing. And it's basically from this business podcast. And I met the people that run the podcast. So yeah, interesting quote and fact of the week. And it's like a little song that they sing, and they do it every week, and it's a bit of a funny segment. And someone last week was a pianist, and they had changed the jingle into this beautiful piano piece, and they'd made it instead of a silly jingle, they'd made it into this gorgeous piece. And I thought, would it be funny to sort of stitch that as a phrase, and then they can literally go, it's time for interesting quote and fact of the week. So a bit like a sort of a TV show. Gabrielle's advent calendar is on the way. Exciting. When is Caterpillar's birthday? 25th of November. And yes, we are. So one thing to talk to you about is everything that's coming up during our birthday week. So we don't tend to do any sort of Black Friday stuff, but we do have our birthday week celebration. So that is going to be, it will be 25th. So Monday, 25th of November is when our 5 offers start, one every day of the midweek. So think surprise bumper bundles, which is where we cram in so much stuff. So basically at the end of the year, we can have thread holders, hoops, kits, patterns, schemes. It could be a sweet treat. It could be ribbons, thread holders, needle minders, scissors, all kinds of stuff. And everything, or it could be something that was from a sub box or something else that we have left over but can't go in this, or threads that we don't need anymore that have been discontinued or whatever, or bits of fabrics or even weave that are maybe smaller that you'd be able to use for a smaller project but we can't use because we don't do the kit anymore, that kind of thing. But often the surprise bumper bundles, I'll need to check back to last year, but the stuff inside could be sort of 60, 70 pounds value. And I want to say, I don't know, I think one year they were about 18, 19 pounds, and project bags. I don't know if it was sort of 20 something last year, but basically these surprise bumper bundles.
I got one at the retreat. I think you were selling some that must have been left over or something, and I think you had them for like 25, I want to say.
25. And then
Something like that.
what kind of stuff was in yours, Jessica?
So there was a needle minder, I think from one of the maybe one of the first Christmas stars. It was like a little pear.
Mm-hmm.
There was some fabric. Yeah, there was some fabric. There was like a thread card with, must have been from a sal or a kit, and it had like random threads on it. There was I think a pattern, like alphabet patterns.
Yeah.
Definitely some eider or even weave. There might have been ribbon, and I think there was a lolly or something like that in there as well. So yeah, it was definitely more than the value of what I paid. I was quite happy.
Oh, good. So that will be on one of the days, but we have a limited number of those, and they always go in about sort of 30 minutes. So we'll do email alerts for each of these days. So surprise bumper bundles. We have got the pre-order launch of our January sale, which is Positivity Blooms. I don't have a sample to show you or sneak peeks to show you, but it's typography and it's a similar design to Positivity Lifts, which was our hot air balloon, and Positivity Rules, which was our house. So it's made up of positive, uplifting, encouraging words, which were voted for by you guys in the Facebook group. So it's in the shape of a flower for blooms. So that's going to launch on one of the days. And as members, you will get early access as well to that. And you can also use your discount code. And the needle minder for that is a dragonfly. We were going to do a flower, but I thought, well, you don't really want a flower and a flower. We've already got a flower needle minder. But dragonfly is something people had asked for a while, actually. And I thought, wouldn't that be beautiful to have the dragonfly really detailed with loads of colours that match the project, but then the dragonfly is sort of, landing on the flower and floating around. So dragonfly is our needle minder. We have our 2025 membership launch as well that week. So that will all be communicated probably start of November in terms of pricing, in terms of what is going to be included. But it will probably be similar to this year, but with some tweaks. So there will still be free PDF patterns. And at the moment, I'm trying to decide what themes. So if anyone's got any ideas, please shout out or put them in the chat. We've got 10% off code, £10 voucher, 3 £100 prizes, lucky dip prizes. And actually, we've still got one left for this year. So it could be one of you guys. And that's going to be announced at the start of November. Your booklet with all of the information in there, so you can keep that throughout the year and put it on your bookshelf, put it on your sort of pin board or wherever, so you can remember your discount code, your dates, your patterns, when everything's coming out. And all of the other benefits are going to be confirmed by email. So our membership launch will be during that week. And then we've got another couple of different offers, so you can sort of pick and choose each day which one best suits you. With our membership, hang on, our need reminder for the, where has it gone now? Oh, there we are. Our membership need reminder for next year is going to be based on the old Blockbuster membership cards. I was watching the last Blockbuster documentary, and it's such an iconic card. Obviously, it's not going to say Blockbuster on it, but I thought it'd be quite fun to have that. We've had sort of tickets and cards and stuff like that, but I thought it'd be really cool to sort of have a proper membership card in that style, but saying All Star Stitchers. Let's go back to the chat. My mum's advent hasn't arrived yet. Hoping they're still shipping. Yes, they are shipping. So we've got a lot of advent calendars to ship. Even with, I don't know how many people, sort of 12 people, it's not possible to do 24 boxes in each advent calendar times the amount of advent calendars that we have. So we've started making these in May of this year, and we're doing them in batches. So they're huge batches going out probably once a week. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.5 weeks left until the 1st of December. So we've got plenty of time. Don't worry. They are shipping out sort of on a weekly basis in batches. So there's plenty of time left. And we are probably 75, 80% of the way through shipping them. But there's still a few left to go. But the team are working really, really hard. And they will be out really, really soon. We actually did a shoot yesterday and there was a huge wall full of the next batch that are basically ready to go. So it will depend when Royal Mail can come with their huge van and pick everything up. But it won't be too much longer. So yeah, lots of exciting birthday stuff going on. I need to get a cake actually. Do I have one made? Do I just buy one from the shop? Do I do it myself? We'll probably do a live as well on the birthday to include everyone. So that'll be fun. Do you use thread wax conditioner when stitching with the gold thread? Jessica, yes. Definitely recommend using it whenever it's the Light Effects metallic. It really does make a difference. We do sell wax conditioner and we have previously included it in a sub box as well and in other things. So yeah, really, really handy, especially with that type of thread. You can use it with any thread, but it does make a big difference, especially if you haven't used metallic thread before. Mid Holly Jolly Kitchen at the moment, definitely adding it to my list, says Heather. Leslie, they would love that in cross stitch, I bet. Birthday 29th of November. Oh, happy early birthday. That's exciting that it's that same week. I love the biscuit from the Pets box. Delicious, Gabrielle. Well, there is a biscuit. Yep, I'm not going to say something I'm not allowed to. It's okay. Honestly, these I have to go. Am I allowed to? So for our next subscription box, which is Home and Heart, we do have another one of those cookies. And it's in. So this is the project. This is our box 22. Home and Heart, and this was designed by Snippets of Whimsy, who is a graphic designer, illustrator. So she produced the artwork and I turned it into cross stitch. The artwork itself I've put onto sort of social media. I don't think it's on the website, but I think it's on social media and it's on all the emails. So you can see the original. So I think it's pretty close considering that when I was converting it, I was thinking, oh, this is going to be really hard because it obviously is not designed with cross stitch in mind. One thing I wanted to show you from this box, which this is the current box to order, which finishes 14th of November. So we've got about 4 weeks, is this notepad. Now, I'm really excited about this because if you actually see the original artwork, this is based on that. So the cloud is the same cloud. The sun is the exact same in the artwork. And then the bird, where is the bird? The bird is this bird here. But these graphics I took from the artwork. And then I designed this. So it was going to say shopping list or to-do list. I thought, well, you might not need a shopping list. And sometimes having a to-do list can be a bit stressful. But there's loads of pages and it's really good quality and it's got sort of this hard backing. And you just rip them off the top. So I love a good old, and I thought Home and Heart, we're at home. This is going to run into, this will be shipped 1st of December. So it's going to be New Year. We're getting organized. This is the fabric and thread color palette for this one. And the colors actually match the original artwork really well. As usual, the full kit, instructions, bookmark. Also in this one, so there's actually 4 items in here. One is the list. Another one is a little easel so that you can display your finished work and just stand it up on there. Yes. So we're finishing off the project. More useful stuff is matching to the colours of the design are magnetic fabric holders. So the way these work is they have 2 sides like this that are magnetic. So when you're stitching, whether it's in hand, with a hoop, with a frame, you've got your excess fabric around the sides that's flapping around. My right hand always gets in the way. So I'll show you one here. So when you're stitching, like, this is annoying. So if that was a bit longer, if you had quite a big project, you sort of roll that up. It doesn't damage anything at all. And then you can tuck it away like this. So it's really helpful if you say you're doing Holly Jolly Kitchen and you've got quite a lot of fabric, just roll it up gently. And then I've seen people on Facebook with these sort of all the way around, but it just keeps your hands off the fabric, keeps it out of the way.
I'm using one right now.
Oh, can you show us? Here
Yeah.
we are, Laura.
Right here.
Oh yeah, fantastic. So you can see, because that's a long landscape project, how it just keeps it out the way.
Keeps it rolled over.
Thanks, Sarah, for demoing. Yeah, so they match the colours as well. And then we also have, oh my goodness, do you know what I was just about to say? We don't have it because they haven't arrived yet, because with baked goods or anything edible, we get it at the last minute. So we then have the longest duration that you guys can eat it. However, this is like a surprise for me, because everything here is prepared by Molly and Tim. So and then I come on and do all the talking. Oh, these are so cute. Oh my god. Okay, so just before I reveal, just look at the pink and blue colors of here. And obviously we've got a little house. This is to represent the top of a house, and we've got the chimney and the window.
Oh, that is so
massive.
cute.
That is bigger than, I think, look at the size of my head. That is bigger than any of our cookies, and it matches. And what's
And
better
look at
than one
Actually,
is I've got 2 cookies, but I think there is only one in the box. I don't want to missell anyone. But look how cute. They're really thick and heavy, actually. These are like,
Hopefully I'll get to eat this one, because my son had the last one and I was gutted because I'd had one in the box before and was like, that's really good. I think it was the one that was in the one more chapter box.
yes. And it said one more chapter on it.
And I was gutted because I was like, I had it in the, was it Playful Pets? I thought, oh, that was really tasty. So I'm excited.
Oh, they are, honestly, it's a mix. I don't know how they do it, but it's a really quite a big company, and they supply lots of other companies. And they do lots of corporate work as well. So someone will order like 1,000 cookies for an event. But it's like a mix between a biscuit and a cookie and a shortbread, but it doesn't crumble. It doesn't break up. Like a shortbread.
And the icing's not too sweet.
And the icing, oh, fondant icing, can't go wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's probably good that there's only one in the box. When they get delivered, there has been a couple of times, I am ashamed to say, where there have been some left over, or I've been at the office, or we've had samples and stuff like that. And if you have one, you have 7. I mean, I think the most I've ever had is 3. And these are big. These are like meals. I had 3 cookies once, and I did feel a bit sick afterwards, but oh, they're just addictive. So let me just show you the box in full. Now we've got everything. We really try and make them just really useful stuff. Instead of, I read a lot of reviews online. I look constantly at communities and what everyone is saying. I would hate to ever have stuff where people are like, what's the point of that? That's a bit useless. That's not valuable to me. I don't really need it or want it. I mean, the cookie, yes, but it's all stuff that hopefully you will use, or maybe you haven't tried these before. I mean, who doesn't love a notepad? I've got notepads all over the house, kind of one for a gratitude journal, one for shopping, one for the kids' clubs. So actually, this is really quite a big chunky box for box 22, Home and Heart. So if you want to get 15% off and you've never subscribed before, the code is 15box22. And this will all ship straight to you on the 1st of December. And this is what it looks like from behind. Beautiful things come together one stitch at a time. So it's got loads of detail all the way around. So we've got our signature teal box, and our pink kit. Right, let me put that to one side. The next exciting member only thing, while I'm just on a sub box, is box 23, which we ship 1st of February. This is Seasons to Smile. So it's a bit of a play on words, not reasons to smile, it's seasons to smile. So if we start up here, we've got summer. So summer is represented by an ice cream, a sunshine, a shell, and we've got a snorkel. And then we're coming down here to autumn. So we've got pumpkin, a toadstool, a mug of hot cocoa or whatever you want, cup of tea, and a lovely autumnal leaf. Round here for winter, Christmas tree, a shovel, snowflake and an ice skate. And then up here to spring, we've got a chip with an egg, a tulip, watering can, and a few April showers. So this is the same fabric, which is called Yorkshire Oatmeal Fleck, which is £14 Ada Spygard. It's one of my favourite fabrics, and it's the same one from Grace Reef Monogram that we stitch just with snow white thread. This was designed for us by Molly Johansson. She also did the one more chapter with the little faces on the books. So this is box 23, Seasons to Smile. I mean, who doesn't love a little bit of sort of seasonal goodness? And also I love, we've got sort of acorns as well and leaves around here, snowflakes around here, and then up here, waves. You might not be able to see in between, but like little waves for our summer holiday or vacations. So that won't be launched or sort of shown to anyone else until the 15th of November when we start on that box. That has got some really exciting stuff in that box as well, all new things. So yeah, lots on the go. Right, shall we do some, before we go on to any of the launches, let's just look at questions. I think. I need to now not eat this additional one. That's my goal of the day. I am trying to be good at the moment because I put on quite a lot of weight over the summer just because it was so busy and I was traveling a lot, and I'm one of those people that I can't focus on lots of things at the same time. If I'm like really busy with travel and work and kids, I can't then also sort of focus on exercise and eating right and all of that. And there was so many like events and things over the summer that it'd be, oh, let's have a treat, or let's have a drink, or let's have ice cream and this. And so now at the moment, normally people do it for the summer, but I'm really started going back to the gym, and I'm trying to sort of cut back on sugar and alcohol and caffeine and all that stuff, white bread. Okay, let's have a look. Second sale coming up. Yes, there is a second sale, Laura. I don't think I have an exact date, but I think it might be November. I don't think it's part of the birthday week because the team were saying there's sort of too much that happens in that week. They don't then need other orders to ship at the same time. But we do have a second sale coming up, so that'll be really exciting. Forest Peaks. Now, I don't think anyone, can I put this in the chat? Or, oh, I could share my screen, couldn't I? Another exciting thing, let me just make sure I've got it on my screen. There we go. With Forest Peaks is we have a matching needle minder. I think I'm allowed to show this to you. I'm just going to do it. Share screen. Here we go. Can everyone see that? I think so. So that's our mountains needle minder, which hopefully goes with all of our peaks, our coastal, our forest, our wandering peaks. So anyone who loves the great outdoors or nature, that would be a really good one to go with that. Let's go down. Now let me just check. Forest Peaks, that is 25th of October. Mountain Needleminder and Forest Peaks, 25th of October. We do have some launches tonight, actually, at 5 p.m, which I'll run through in a minute. Let me come back to questions. Some scented ones might be nice. Is that to do with wax and conditioner? I think that's what we were talking about, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, your prayers might be answered, Jessica. Like great minds think alike, but I'm not going to say any more than that. Love the extras with the next box. Thanks, Sarah. I can't even see you, Sarah. Maybe you've got a camera off. Let me have a look. Sewing clips for rolling fabric under. Yay, another cookie. The house looks like a hobbit door in Hobbiton. That's cool. Love the cookies. Sorry I'm late. How did I end operation? Oh, I'm sorry that you hang on, you're on mute. And also your name isn't
Sorry,
coming up 'cause it
Sally.
just says
Yeah,
iPhone.
yeah. Sorry, Sally. I'm late,
Don't
and I forgot to put the
apologise.
name in, so it came up as iPhone.
It's okay. It's a hop in, hop out situation. You can come as late or whenever you
Yeah,
like.
I just really wanted to attend this one, so
Oh, thanks for making the effort to be here. How was the operation?
yeah, it was all success. Basically, I ruptured the ligament in my hand, so yeah, I'm using a frame, but I'm still doing my sow that I'm loving. So thank you
I
for
love
that.
the dedication. You're like, I've just had a hand operation and I'm
I
still
was sitting there
fantastic.
yesterday with the sand under my lap in the waiting room doing it.
Oh, amazing. And is it a long recovery or would it?
I've got about 8 weeks till I'm not in a cast anymore, and then I've got to have physio twice a week for a while. So, yeah.
Oh, well, keep us
But,
updated,
yeah,
and I hope you
will do. Thank you.
recovery goes smoothly.
Thank you, Sally.
What will be the theme of next year's sale? Except Positivity Blooms. So yeah, January Positivity Blooms. There will definitely be a Christmas one as usual, which will launch for pre-order in August. We might be doing another Halloween stitch along. I also have Australian Adventure or Australasia Adventure. I'm not quite sure what you call it. But I don't know if that's going to be a stitch along or not. So other than January, the themes have not been, other than January floral and typography and Christmas at the end, the other ones have been confirmed, I'm afraid. But yeah, more will be revealed soon. 2025 Stitch Retreat dates, Sue. Where are you, Sue? I can't see you. So I haven't confirmed the date yet. Tim and I and Molly are having a meeting at the moment still. There's so much to go through. I feel like it's about 10 times more challenging than a wedding. We're between two venues and we're between a couple of dates, but it's September 2025. And I'm hoping, hang on a sec. So it will likely be, don't quote me on this just in case, but it might be 13th, 14th of September, 20th, 21st of September, or 27th, 28th of September. At the moment, nothing's actually been booked yet. And that's why I haven't announced anything, because there's a lot that goes into it. Because basically this year for June, thank you everyone for your feedback, by the way, if you did the feedback survey. It was really useful. And there were lots of great suggestions. For example, lunch being included or having Saturday night included. So sort of 9 a.m. Saturdays to 10 p.m. Saturday. So people can just stay longer stitching on the Saturday in a different location, having aircon, tweaking the workshops, tweaking the bags, tweaking vendors, tweaking the structure of the whole thing. So to then factor in a different venue in a different location and meals and teas and coffees and snacks and the evening, which is where they would typically in a big hotel like this have a wedding, it's a lot more expensive. So I'm trying to negotiate with different venues to see what we can do. I'm trying to compromise to see, originally I'd wanted Friday as well, but to then do that and a Friday night is basically not even a third more. It's almost half more again, because essentially that's a day they can't rent it out to someone for a wedding or whatever. So it's getting really, really expensive to the point where it's not worthwhile doing, because we also have to factor in 8 members of staff basically working I mean, Molly and I think, worked solidly on it for about 3 months last year or this year. And then everybody's time to be there as well. It would be great if we could get some kind of sponsor from, I don't know, like DFC or Zweigart or someone to sponsor the event, because I think that's how people manage to do these sorts of things. Whatever company or brand, they'll have a sponsor for an event, and that enables them to do it. Because when you're looking at a venue that seats sort of 300 people, these are not normal hotels. These are, you know, specific conference centers or huge hotels, and these rooms are really valuable to them. And then they want, you know, you to buy all of their food, and you can't bring your own food and all of this stuff. What else was I going to say? Oh, and like stuff like accessibility and free parking and all of that kind of stuff. So there's a lot that goes into it. Have I reached out to them? Molly did reach out to them. And I think it was a no, or I think they didn't reply. But I think if we can get a sponsor for next year, I think it would make a huge difference. And we're definitely doing one for sure. It's just hard to kind of finalize everything and make it good value, and basically to do what I would want to do, which is have like everything possible and have this absolutely kind of everything anyone wants for. The price is going to be too much, so it doesn't work out, because equally it's easy to say, oh, it's like a holiday saying, well, I want this, but then equally that's how much it's going to cost, which then isn't accessible to people. So I'm trying to sort of have a happy medium and juggle lots of different things to make it work. But we are having a retreat next year, and I am very excited. I think I'll be happier when it's all confirmed, and we've confirmed the price. The price will increase because it will be much longer, and there's going to be 2 meals included as well, which is generally what the feedback was, so that everyone's sort of staying together. But the venues that I've been looking at have accommodation. There's lots of accommodation options. There's lots of I was going to say eating options. What's the word for that? Restaurants and places to eat and drink, so people aren't having, like in Birmingham, going out and about, and everyone's sort of a little bit more separate. So there's about 25 factors to consider. But it's going to be great. I'm really excited. But yeah, we've got about a year to go. So hopefully it's going to get booked in the next week, and we're going to make a decision on vendors as well, and ticket prices and all of that stuff. But I will say that we do have the clear pay. So if anyone does want to come to the retreat for next year, it can be split up, so you don't have to pay for everything up front. Let me have a look. Previous peaks still available? Yes. So you can still get Wandering Peaks. Currently that's on our website. Just type in peak, and then you got Forest Peaks 25th of October. Very warm. It was warm in that it was one of the hottest weekends, which you wouldn't really think in June, but I suppose it was summer. And they had fans, and I kept saying, do you have aircon? They were like, yeah. And I was going, but it doesn't feel like there's cold air coming out. And they were saying, yeah, but we've got these huge fan systems. And I was like, that's not the same thing as cold air. And then they said, you know, it's a really old building. It's hundreds of years old. This is what it's like. We've got these fans in the ceiling. And I was like, I'm not an air conditioning expert in England, but I was like, oh, I know what I was going to say. And it's connected to the heat. That basically the venues I'm looking at are really quite new and modern, and have all the mod cons, and everything works really well, and aircon and everything else. I know what I was going to say is that coupled with that, we had tables of 10, so big round tables for 10 people, and we had 10 people on them. The problem with that is it would be fine if it was a wedding and you were sort of sat there with your knife and fork and you were having a chat. That is not what we're doing. We're spreading out. we've got all of our stuff, our supplies. So actually, each person almost needs the space of 2 people, because you've got bags and you want to enjoy yourself and relax. You've got drinks and snacks. So actually, we're paying for a venue that might seat 300 people, but actually, we're only going to have, say, 200 and whatever people in it, so that we're having tables of 10, but only 7 or 8 people on them, that we're having to pay for the tables of 10 and the space, if that makes sense. But I think that will make it a bit more comfortable, and we've got nice chairs, and if someone does have some sort of a crafting bag with their supplies in, there's just more space. And I think that added this year of, there were a lot of people. It was a very hot weekend, but it was the first one, and it's good to get feedback, and it's good to improve, and it's good to constantly tweak. But I think we've got 92% of people who came to this year's event saying that they will be coming to next year's event. So it's only going to get better and better and better. But we are increasing the numbers. So I think we had 210 people go for this year. So the room should fit 300. It depends which venue we go for, or 250, 260, but there will be more places this year than there were for last year. Hoping for 13, as the other one is Rugby World Cup final. Have you reached out to sponsor? We will ask around and see what we can do. 3-year-old daughter said, are you going to go and cross stitch with your friends tonight? Oh, that's lovely, Mandy. Can you do some workshops in the West Midlands? So these events are going to be in the West Midlands, technically. Is Coventry in the West Midlands? I don't know. No, it's not really, is it? Sort of. But it just comes down to the venue, really, and it just comes down to sort of accessibility. And also we've got an awful lot of stuff to transport, and a lot of the team. So actually, the closer to Caterpillar HQ, the easier it is. But obviously we want it to be accessible for everyone. So we've got hundreds of people to sort of navigate and consider. But yeah, we've gone for the location, both because we're based here, but also because if you look at England, the building was beautiful though. It was really beautiful. We had chandeliers, Peaky Blinders had been filmed there. But that's what I'm realizing with these older buildings, you get the character and all of that stuff, but then you don't get all of the modern sort of features. But hopefully watch this space, because I'm confident we'll be able to kind of do a bit of everything. Got to dash. Hi, Amy. Working from home today, got a meeting. This will be recorded. You can watch it back. Lots of love. Thanks for being here, Amy. Have a good working day. Australian retreat. Where could we have it, Gabrielle? Where could we do a retreat? Do you know what? I'm actually coming to, we're doing a 4-week Australia, New Zealand trip just as a family in 2026.
All right, let's meet up in Sydney.
Let's do it. I'm really excited. My husband's got family in New Zealand, and then I sort of traveled all around Australia. So I did a year, and then I was like, I've run out of money, need to get a job. And my sister was a recruitment consultant. So she was like, just go to this law firm. You can work on reception, turn up tomorrow 9 a.m. You've got a job. And so I'm obsessed with Australia. Like for about 2 years, I nearly moved there and got a visa and got sponsorship from work and all sorts of stuff. A lot of my friends did do that, and they're still there. And then my husband's got family in New Zealand. So, but we haven't been to the other one between us. So it'll be really nice to come over and, you know, when you've been someone, you're like, I know that, show each other. And I know I'm actually worried, because if he goes to Australia, he's going to go, I want to live here, because it is absolutely, it's like he would actually belong there. Like, he loves the outdoors, he loves surfing, he loves beaches, he just loves the attitude, he loves the culture. I feel like he's just going to be obsessed with it. And yeah, I've always just loved the Aussies. So
well, see, we lived in Hong Kong for a long time, so I've been back. How long have I been back? Almost 3 years. So yeah, I'm still reverse culture shocking.
Yeah. I've never been to Hong Kong.
I love Hong
But
Kong.
yeah, that's got to be
Yeah.
a little bit of a sort of, not shock to the system, but again, completely different culture.
It's very different. Very different. Yeah.
But yeah, let's sort something out. I would love to do events all around the world. But yeah.
Oh, I'd love to come to the England one.
We had people come, not quite that far, but I think we had 2 people come from America this year, and we had
Wow.
eight people come from Europe.
Wow.
But you could combine it with sort of a longer trip.
Well, yeah, that's what I would do. I would
Or
come.
September.
Yeah.
We'll have a look when
Yeah.
the dates come out and see what
Yeah.
you could do. I'm a Brit in Sydney, JK. I mean, I'd love to, I know I sort of talk about this all the time, is open up a Caterpillar, well, it wouldn't be a HQ, but a Caterpillar hub distribution in the US, maybe Minnesota and in Australia, so that we can have teams across the globe creating the products, and then they would be shipped out immediately. You'd get it the
Locally.
next day, you know,
Yep.
1 day shipping, either free shipping or it'd be a couple of dollars, so that we've got a presence in each kind of main area.
Although I must say, English shipping to Australia is very reasonable and pretty quick. American shipping to Australia has just gotten so expensive, and it's 2 or 3 weeks. I generally get, if I order from you a physical product, I'll get it within a week.
Oh,
So,
really?
which is, yeah.
That's like
And it's
unheard of.
reasonably fine. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, we basically charge with shipping. I mean, I'd love to just do it all for free, but with the international ones, we basically charge the cost that Royal Mail just charge us. So we don't increase anything. And actually often we charge less and we sort of subsidize it. But yeah, it's not too bad. Yeah, we're still using Royal Mail for shipping, and it's okay at the moment. Mondy's like, yep, Coventry works for me, that's fine. South Island, best part of New Zealand, Kiwi. Hoping to meet you on the 17th. Oh, have you got a ticket? I was going to talk about that next. So 17th of October, I've been invited to Oxford Street, London, John Lewis, and I will be teaching an event. So last week I've had to order this huge banner, which is something I've never designed or ordered or anything before, so that people know where to go. So hopefully I've spelt everything correctly and I haven't made any design mistakes. And it's got a massive picture of Bloom and Grow on it. So I'm doing a 1 p.m. class and a 6 p.m. class. So this came out on email to members first, I think earlier this week. So this hasn't been mentioned to any non-members yet. But basically, if you go to the John Lewis website and type in events, I think they're charging £5 to go, and I think it's an hour class. So they've got a whole range of stuff of ours, and you can grab something from John Lewis and we will have an hour together stitching, and there'll be lots of people there as well who've never even cross-stitched, who are completely new, who are maybe coming over from other crafts. Oh, how exciting! Yeah, I can't wait. I've never done anything like that in a shop setting. So that'll be really exciting. We've also got a videographer coming to film content. So there'll be lots of, hopefully, YouTube video, reel, lots of videos going out on social media about the day itself. Maybe there will be a bit of Christmas shopping for me in between. I'm hoping to get there early, and then I've got a bit of a window between the 2 classes. So yeah, I'm really excited to hang out in John Lewis. Could you do sessions in person, 2-hour socials? We did used to do 2-hour stitching socials in real life in Kenilworth. And now we basically do them as stitching socials online. And Gabrielle is one of our lovely hosts on our November stitching socials, Crackling Fireplace. And I think actually, Gabrielle, an awful lot sold out, but I think we've got a few tickets left for one of your dates. Let me just double check, because we might have a couple of people on who want to go, because
And it's
those.
at this time.
Pardon?
Like it's at this same time, but it's on a
Yes.
Saturday.
It's on, this won't log me in now. Yeah, so each host, depending on where they are, it's based on their time zone. So it just means that wherever you are, there's a date or a time that suits you. Don't you hate it when you can't log into things and it says, we've just sent you a code, and then you're constantly having to check everything. Right, here we go. I'm in. Let's have a look at Stitching Socials. So thank you to everyone who's already got a ticket for the fireplace.
Yes.
So yeah, is there anyone here that's on one of mine? Shout out, because I'm just on the screen. So we've got one ticket left for the 9th of November.
Yeah, I'm on yours.
Oh, hang on, who's that? I can't see.
Charlotte.
Oh, hi, Charlotte. I couldn't see you there. I was on my screen looking at which dates. Exciting. What date do you know have you got with me?
Oh, I can't remember that. I booked it. I booked it while I was on holiday. I was like, right, I need to go on my phone. I've got to get this done.
Oh, it'd be nice to see you again on there. I'll be able to have a look. And then we've got a few tickets left, Gabrielle, for the 17th of November. So they are both 7 p.m. your time, AEST. So if anybody wants to do a stitching social with Gabrielle, and this is your first one, isn't it?
Yes, I'm excited.
Really exciting. So yeah, we've had a great take-up actually from people in your time zone. So if you would like to hang out with Gabrielle for 2 hours and have your personalized discount code, need reminder, kit, sweet treat, and chance to win a free pattern, a little quiz, little stitching chit chat, tips and tricks, and make new friends in a smaller, more intimate setting, please head over to the website, have a look at Stitching Socials with Gabrielle. Because actually, if you are in England, this time of day actually might work for you as well. So you don't necessarily have to be in Australia, you could be anywhere. Okay, Jessica, I'm going to have to go. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here, Jessica. Thank you. Have a good rest of the day. Let me have a look. Yeah, we've got custom fees issues sort of internationally. Oh, Sammy Beth and Juliet is amazing. Oh, it's so good. The music is amazing. And Juliet is a musical. I saw it in London, I think, a year ago. We've got a few other people that are on events with me. This is exciting. Right, let me just get back. So basically, launches tonight, before I forget. We have got Oh So Crafty launching tonight at 5 p.m. And this is by Tiny Modernist. So the full kit is launching tonight at 5 p.m. So you'll get all your supplies included as usual. And you've got loads of really cute motifs, scissors, sewing machine. We do actually have a sewing machine needle minder, but that unfortunately, well, they basically made some wrong, so they're having to remake them. Not my team. And you've got wool, you've got pins, paintbrush, pencil, skeins of thread, paint palette, needles, and all sorts of lovely stuff. So that is 5 o'clock tonight. We are also tonight launching at 5 p.m. Woodland Whimsies. This is from an old subscription box, but it was never available as a kit. So this is quite a while ago, but that is also available tonight at 5 p.m. for our big launch. And then we are also launching, oh, hang on, mustard scissors. Now, what I don't seem to have is my scissors as they come, which is in a beautiful backing card, but I will show you them anyway. So these are our mustardy scissors. And they come with this sort of little plastic tip. Here we are. Gabrielle is modeling these beautifully. You have a Carlos the Caterpillar,
So
which
cute.
is engraved in the middle here. You've got a little, there you can see Carlos there a bit better. And they're super sharp, perfect length. And
They're my favourite.
Favourite. Oh, thanks,
These
Gabrielle.
are the red ones. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got gloss. Are yours shiny or matte?
Matte.
Your matte. These are shiny ones we've got.
The red ones are gloss, but these are matte.
Yeah, I think, yeah, these are gloss. So these do come on a pink salmon backing card usually, which I don't seem to have, unfortunately, but let's imagine that. And it says snip snip on it. So those are also launching tonight at 5 o'clock to correspond with our other range of cross stitch scissors. So tonight, 5 o'clock, we've got the scissors, the mustard tan, and we've got Oh So Crafty and Woodland Whimsies. So an email will be coming out today at 5 about these with links. Also exciting, has anybody, I don't know if you've finished, but who is stitching Witchy Way? I love, lots of hands going up. I love it when things stitch longs finish. Because as a designer, when I see stuff and I'm like, oh, that looks cool, Sarah. Are you on the last one? No, the second to last one.
Yeah, I've still got the beasts ones.
You've gone for brooms. The
Yeah.
brooms I feel like is probably easier to stitch just because it's sort of long, thin brooms. There's slightly less detail there than the beasts. And you've got the witch up here as well. Which actually does match our witch needle minder with the green face. If you wanted that, or you might already have that from.
Oh, I already have that one.
From the sub box.
Yes.
Have you got the glow in the dark ghost?
Yes.
I'll mix and match. Oh, there you go.
It
Just depends what mood you're in, witchy or ghostly. But yeah, it's really hard as a designer because I do these things and then I can't just show everyone straight away. And then I'm like, I always think it looks a bit rubbish at first. I'm like, come on, I really want you to see the full pattern. And that's when it all comes together. So that's our Witchy Way. And that now is available as a full kit and then with A3 patterns as well. So colour, professionally printed A3 patterns. Lynn is stitching the Beast Shop. Sarah, sorry joined so late, I might have missed the answer. But when is the tracker type pattern being released? That's absolutely fine. I've forgotten the name now. A Year in Stitches. A Year in Stitches. So that is a free pattern. It's sort of like a temperature chart, but you could do it on drinking water or exercise or diet or I don't know, yoga. It could be anything you want. It could be to do with work. It could be to do with personal life. You could do the weather. It could be anything at all. It could be mood. So that is coming out really soon. It's basically finished. So Molly is piecing together the PDF patterns and then putting that as our 9th free pattern into our ebook. So everyone who's subscribed to the email newsletter will get a refresher and you'll be able to download. Let me try and get the link just in case, because I think there are about 20 members who are not signed up. Let me try and have a look. Hang on. See if this works. So anyone who subscribes to the email newsletter, oh, I've got the right link here, will be able to get a copy of that. A Year in Stitches. Sign up of a. So that should be really soon. I'll ask for an update on that. But yeah, basically done. And won't be too much longer. Let's have a look. Brooms first, and then the witch can buy her broom and then go flying. I like it. I like it. Right. Any more questions? Throw them in the chat. Let me come up and just see if there's anything else I haven't spoken about. Holly Jolly Kitchen. Is anyone doing that sale? We've got part 3 coming out on the 15th. So not too much longer. Part 3 is going to be the top left corner. I don't know if my camera is mirroring me. but it's the top left corner as you look at it, which is above the Christmas cake. What else have we got coming out soon? I don't know how much more sort of news we've got. I mean, it feels very sort of autumnal and wintry all of a sudden very quickly. So yeah, we've got our birthday week full of offers, our box 22 home and heart with our lovely cookie. I don't know if anyone has just come on, but if you have missed it, that's the big thick cookie from box 22, and a little wooden easel to display your work, your fabric magnetic clips, and a lovely notepad as well, together with your project. And I don't want any of this to fall anywhere because something always sort of tumbles. And then we've got our forest peaks with the needlewinder 25th of October. So yeah, I went in the kitchen this morning and had there were Halloween sweets everywhere. There were tubs of sweets and chocolates. It's like, what are you doing? It's the 11th. But they weren't eating them. The children had bought these and they'd already prepared their Halloween display for other people to come to the house to go trick-or-treating. And also behind me, which you can't see because it's below this height, I've got a scarecrow of Jack and the Beanstalk, which I'm doing for a school charity project with the PTA. And Jack is the scarecrow, and I've got a big sack of magic beans. I've got magic beans, which are bean bags, which I'm going to put on the front lawn. And then he's climbing up the house. I've made a beanstalk out of green tights. And then I've woven around, like the legs are all sewn together. And then I've woven around like this ivy type stuff. I've also got a castle and clouds for him to go up to. I mean, it's the whole vibe. My daughter is basically leaving primary school. So this is her last year to do anything like this. So we have gone big on Jack and the Beanstalk. So I'll show you a picture of Jack on Friday, next Friday, week today, he has to be up. So my afternoon and weekend is probably going to be spent finishing him off. And then, yeah, it won't be too long until Christmas. Nordic Wings, thank you, Mandy. That was on my list. That's the top thing on my list to talk about. And I've just jumped straight past that. Let me open up Nordic Wings. So 17th. On Thursday, you are all going to get Nordic Wings. Here we are. We did shoot this yesterday, the stitch sample. In fact, did we? No, I tell a lie. We didn't shoot the stitch sample yesterday. So this is a mock-up, but you get the idea. Here we go. There you go. You should be able to see that now. So this is Nordic Wings, our Scandi bird theme, free pattern for you guys, our lovely members. We did a Scandi fox in a previous year and everyone loved that. And they were like, more animals like this. So this is our 4th free pattern of the year. Carlos the Caterpillar was a bit of an extra for this year. We normally do 3 free patterns. And lots of people are asking for Carlos, and I'd pretty much done a pattern of him anyway. So that got sent out as a 4th extra one. So if anyone's got any ideas of the patterns that as membership you'd like me to design for next year, please do let me know in the chat, or you can email us at any time. But I'm really excited about this one. I would actually really like to stitch this. I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I put this in our spare bedroom because I just think it's really pretty and I love the colours. But we have got Mandy who is stitching this for us at the moment. So I think we should be getting it back soon. So yeah, I'm really excited to see the finished stitched thing. Let me stop sharing. There we go. Got to go. Wedding gift. That would be a gorgeous wedding gift. That would be super cute. Please do send me a picture if you can with the person you're giving it to, if possible, to get their reaction. I would love something Scandi for every year. What could we do, Gabrielle? What are the Scandi animal we do?
Bear? Like a polar bear?
Polar bear would be nice.
Or do they have mooses or caribous or something?
Yeah. Yes, that is quite Scandi, isn't it? Bees. We've got a bee kit. I don't know if you've seen it. It's got a big bee, and it's got honey, and it's got honeycomb. Let me try and find it for you, just in case you want to have a look. Let me have a look. And we've got a bee needle minder. So hang on, that's a pattern? We want the kit. It's called Oh Behive, like, oh, behave. That might be a bit too tenuous, but let's have a look. It's called Oh Behive. Let me just put it in the chat so you can have a look. But yeah, love bees. We could do another bee one. Bye, Leslie. Thank you for being here. I think she's gone. Right, Scandi something, maybe bees, maybe a quote or typography, something like that, but it's likely to be 3. There were some suggestions in the Facebook group. I said earlier this week, what kind of themes of the design would you like? And someone just put, I would like 12. I would like 12, one every month. And I was like, that's not a theme. And also there's 3. So that might be quite a lot of work, but more like a stitch along, that kind of sound. I mean, that would be fun, but also that's a lot. So yeah, any ideas, let me know. Any more questions? Let me just check my notes. I think that's everything. I've done no stitching. My needle is actually on the back. I don't know if anyone, do you guys use the back of the needle minder as well? Depends where you're finishing or having a break in case you have to quickly put it down. I'm going to sit and finish that later, and I'm going to finish my Jack and the Beanstalk, I think. So this is our last, our 3rd and final membership live for this year. But we will be back for next year. There will be more videos about next year's membership. I'm also doing a video about the subscription boxes coming up. And there's also a video about the Positivity Bloom stitch along. And I also need to finish editing my full retreat video from this year. So a lot of you guys will probably be in the video. So some really lovely footage as well. And it's basically a behind the scenes of this year's retreat. That'll be going up on YouTube and probably Instagram and Facebook as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Something with the saying, collecting and creating are 2 different hobbies. Definitely, Gabrielle. That'd be good on a project bag, I think. So you could sort of change the double pocket project bags and just have it here, or have like our logo small and just have like a funny phrase. What do people think about personalized project bags? I was thinking about this the other day, about having the option. I mean, I haven't actually got a machine yet, but having an option of having a project bag or something personalized.
Yep.
Either to a project or to your name or to anything. That might be cool. Oh my God, yes, Sammy Beth says. A personalized project bag. You could have your own quote on it. It could be your name. It could be a phrase, your location, anything you like, really. So I think I would just need some sort of a heat press, is what I'm thinking. A heat press machine. I'll look into this. This could be a good idea. An A3 project bag. Now you're talking,
Yes.
Elizabeth. Wow. So we launched the A4.
It's to fit everything in.
We could do some sort of limited edition and see how we get on. Yeah, we launched the A4 project bags, which have gone down well, so that you've got your A4. Oh wow, Gabrielle.
I can't quite show it.
Yeah. What size is that?
That would be, let me tell you.
It's like a huge folder, isn't it, really?
15 by 14
inches. That is quite big. But I suppose if it is a big chunky kit, you need a lot more space. You don't want to start folding everything up.
I'm old fashioned, so I still print out my pattern, so it fits the pattern without folding it. It fits the hoop, fits everything in it.
Large nudge hoop size.
Yes.
I would also like to develop for next year our own range of stands. So I know that's something that people ask a lot of questions about, and I don't think there are almost enough options, and I would love to be able to improve on what there is already and tweak things, and make our own range of stands, whether that is a floor stand, a lap stand, just to make it's just so easy to use, and just basically help our lives, help us while stitching. But that's a different ball game entirely. I've got some carpenters and joiners and people making prototypes to test them out. Maria's got a lovely stand with, is that a gnome, Maria? A gonk. Oh, there we go. Gorgeous.
That's so cute.
Really nice.
Is that a floor standing one?
Pardon?
Is it floor standing, Maria?
Yes, it is. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that looks nice.
For my hands. I don't have to take it.
Yes.
Both
I
of them.
have it's a daylight one. Like it's a big one.
With a light as well.
Yeah, it's got a light and it's got a thing to hold your patterns.
Is it got a magnifying glass or?
Yes.
It's got a bit of everything. It's a whole machine.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Someone's saying love the sausage dog. Charlotte, what? Where's the sausage dog? Oh, I was like, someone's cross stitching a sausage dog. Oh. Sarah, what's their name?
His name's Bertie.
Oh, I'm putting you on the full screen. There you go. Bertie. Bertie. Bertie.
Hello.
Bertie. Oh.
Hello.
Bertie. I'm not going to say what I just thought. I was about to say something naughty, and then I thought it's just going to wind him up. Hang on. You know, when you say, "Oh, do you want to go for a WALK?" And then they like go, "Yes, I do." He's gorgeous. How old is he? Is he new?
No, he's 7.
Oh, he's gorgeous.
We are about to actually just leave you and go for a WALK as well.
Oh, you go for a WALK. Oh, just quickly, next year I would like to start developing our first crochet box. There is a not huge, but there does seem to be a bit of an overlap between crochet and cross stitch, and it's something that I've wanted to do for a while. So if anyone here is into crochet or would like to get involved, let me know. Send me an email or send me a DM on social media, because I am looking for sample stitchers. So I need people to stitch up our projects throughout the year. So we've got our physical samples to show everyone else. So if anyone is into crochet, let me know. I'd also love your feedback on the designs and the projects as well. So before we actually launch, I'd like to make sure that they're items and styles and colors and everything else that you guys want, and also that our video guides and our instructions are really easy to understand. Sometimes if you do it yourself, you need a fresh pair of eyes to say, hang on, that doesn't make sense, or that could be improved. May, can you shoot me an email, please? Let me just put my email in here. And are you in the UK? Even if you're not in the UK, we can still have a chat, and you can still give us some feedback, and you can see what you think. Crochet Club at library. Oh, yes, please, Charlotte. Defo. Right. How often is it? Weekly? Monthly? Weekly.
Weekly.
Weekly. do you go to it?
And it's one of the days I'm at the library, so I'm always there on a Wednesday afternoon for them. I'm rubbish at crochet, but I've got a big gang of them that are up for stuff. So
oh, amazing. that sounds definitely handy. Thanks for that. Right, I'm going to head off. Any other questions that you think about, let me know. May's now saying, I used to write patterns myself. May, you could help us develop the patterns if you like. We can sort of tweak them together. So yeah, shoot me an email, May, and we'll have a chat about it. This is amazing. Have an amazing weekend, everyone. I like doing these on a Friday. It's like everyone's in a good mood and it's like uplifted, ready for the weekend. This is going to be on YouTube, so you can watch it back, or any other members. As usual, anything that we've spoken about today is for members only, so please don't share it with anybody else. Things will be announced on social and by email to the public as and when. So everything here today is just for you guys only. Please don't share it in any WhatsApp groups or different Facebook groups or anything like that. Any communication has got to come from us. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Thanks.
I've really enjoyed our last hour and a half. The sun is shining. It's freezing cold, but the sun is out, so I might go for a bit of a walk. And we've got our launch tonight for our scissors and these two lovely projects. So 5 o'clock today, I'm going to go and check that everything is running okay with that launch. And then I'll give you a bit more news about this closer to the time, 25th of October. Have a lovely weekend, everyone. Happy stitching, and I will speak to you very soon. And thank you. If I don't see you on Zoom or live, thank you for being a member for this year. And hopefully you'll join us again for our membership next year. And any ideas or suggestions or feedback, please do let us know. You can email me, info@caterpillarcrossstitch.com, or our customer service team, which will come through to me anyway, support@caterpillarcrossstitch.com. So I want to make this the best cross stitch membership that there is out there, and I would love to have you all join us again for next year. So more details on that coming soon anyway. Right, Mandy's going to M&S. Off you go. Go and do your shopping and have a lovely time, whatever you're up to at M&S. Right, thanks everybody. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.